Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018, Career Mode Episode 39. We're now in the Pro Continental Division, but it's only February still, and yet we are absolutely crushing it compared to our previous first two seasons. We also have our first World Tour event that we've earned an invite to, coming up with the Omloop Het Niewsblad. This is a classic. It is a cobble race. Sorry, trying to blank there for a second. So there are going to be cobblestones in this one, which is definitely not our strong suit. And against the World Tour teams, we'll be very fortunate to get any sort of minor placing whatsoever. But let's check the mail real quick. That Tour of Oman, where we had some nice success, paid out really well. 17,000 for that one. That was fantastic. Liège, Bastogne, Liège teams, not including us. Tour de Romandie, not including us. So we're going to be out of both of those. Let's go ahead and get into Omloop here. Bring in Vervecke, Bax, Bol, Garrison, Van Ginneken, Van Hemelen, Veldeman to this one. In terms of cobble ratings, we really just have two riders that are decent, Van Hemelen and Veldeman. And you can see that the real action is going to start a little after halfway, probably more like about here. So I think that's where we're going to join up for this one. Race day condition, not looking so good. Van Hemelen's on his fitness peak right now, but that's about it. So again, we could really struggle in this one. 68 kilometers to go. We are coming up on the majority of the cobbled sections on the way towards the finish line, and some steeper ones. So this is going to do the most damage. And at this point in the race, we can see that there's already a good amount of damage being done. Pace has been hot the entire race. Van Ginneken got into the original breakaway that went from 6 riders to 9 riders to 14, and then eventually 19. Actually, it was 20 riders. One's gone off the back who wasn't able to stay with us. Van Ginneken's really struggled to stay in this group with all these World Tour riders who are much faster, much stronger. But I figured that was kind of our best chance at a high finish, was getting into a breakaway group that might get down the road 6, 7, 8 minutes and then split up and break apart, but have enough of a gap to do something. But that really hasn't been the case. But my team struggling to keep up here. Vervecke just became the first one out the back, as there we go. He is toast, but now we've got a group of 50. The peloton's down to 54 just like that. So Garrison, oh my goodness, this hill is like standing still. Look how slow he is going. Wow. Bol and Bax in a bit of trouble here. Flat tires, yeah, that makes sense. This was the most difficult section of the race. And there we go. There's the splits. The splits are on. We're going to start setting these guys in the back to auto. That's 4 out the back. Here we go. Veldeman just hanging on. Van Hemelen he actually shouldn't be just hanging on. Van Ginneken's already been caught, so Van Ginneken's out of the breakaway. It's right there. 11 riders are all that's left, so 8 were dropped. Van Ginneken is one of them, and really, you should not be attacking. You're in a maintained position. There we go. So we're in amongst 37, chasing 11. Now it's 32 more getting dropped. So this is a good sign that I am where I am. And these are my 2 stronger guys on the cobbles. Veldeman's not looking so good, though. He is not. I'm going to use Van Ginneken for a little bit to shield Van Hemelen. As soon as he's done, Veldeman will take over that duty, and we'll have 2 men trying to go for the end. 50 kilometers now, and boy, that is a lot, but at least no steep uphills. There's one uphill section left, but it's not too bad. Got one last one towards the end, so if we're still in the group at the conclusion of these 5 sections, we'll have a chance in that sprint, and very much could look at, you know, top 15, top 20 kind of placement. So this is actually so far looking really good for our first ever World Tour race. The rain hitting here, this is going to make things even more treacherous. Bowl is only 40 seconds behind the peloton. He's in that chase group. There's a chance that they'll make contact. Oh yeah, they are close. They are very close. I think we're going to come back to 70 riders here in a moment. But we'll see. Here we go. All these cobbles are going to split that up. Van Ginniken, he's going to fall out the back here. Yep, there we go. There's a split. There is a split. Okay, Van Ginniken, Otto. And now we're down to 2. Veldeman, you're going to shield Van Hemlen as he's in the better race day condition. Now it's 34 chasing 11. It's still 40 seconds, and it's a smaller group giving chase now. Van Ginniken is still in that group. Evenly sized, 34-34. Oh, and they're splitting again. Oh, and Bowles in the back end of the split. And actually Van Ginniken's here as well. Let me use Van Ginniken to shield Bowl, actually. Just because Van Ginniken was in the break, he's got no chance today. But he could give a little bit of protection. All right, here we go. Here's the one uphill. There was a flat tire there for somebody. Van Hemlen, come on, come on. Don't get dropped here, don't get dropped. Ooh, that group came together. It's 68 riders now. Back to 28, okay. Another split, 25 now.
That looks like a really bad fall.
Pace is really starting to pick up here. 2 times, or is it 3 times left? 3. Long ones. Couple long ones here. 4-star. This is heavy action. 91. Don't get dropped here. 92. Garrison is falling, but he's way towards the back. He's in the 25th group on the road. Hang on. Don't get dropped here. 22 riders now chasing 11. And it's only 25 seconds, so it's going to come together pretty soon. Wow, Campenart's all the way back in Group 8. Suderlin in Group 10. Veldeman, not much left for him, but he's hanging on. Van Hemlen's hanging on. 20 chasing 11 and nearly making contact. Those motorcycles really need to get out of the way. That neutral service. Veldeman is done. He's going to be going out the back here in a moment. Go ahead and set him to auto right away. Maybe he can recover somewhat and hang in there. And it's back together. 27 riders now racing it out for the win. And I've got one of them in contention. So we are very much looking like we could get a top 25 today. One long section left. One very short section left just before the end. Van Hemlen's not a sprinter though. But he could just about hang on to this thing and get a decent finish, which could earn us some points. Christophe Laporte went off the front, but he's already been caught. Veldeman is out the back, so it's 26 riders now for the win. 4-star section, 2.5 kilometers. There's the end of it. And we'll just about be done. Wow, Sergio Henao in Group 41. I mean, that's behind my last guy, Vervecchi. 19 riders now. Just about hanging on. 20 kilometers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Group of riders are trying to get clear of the bunch. Yet another flat tire. It seems to be catching.
I have no chance to chase those guys. It's only 11. So top 10 is almost out of the picture. No, we're gonna grab back on. Yes, the acceleration wasn't strong enough. We have 19 riders here, and it's a minute behind, and yeah, just about growing.
One of the back markers has given up.
So we're looking at a top 19 now.
With a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend.
Okay, speed it up. Not much action for the next little while. 15 kilometers. Come the attacks again. Van Avermaet going for the win. Valgren trying to go with him. Here goes Pedersen. Stibar, no. Colbrelli going for it. Spengler, they're just chasing. They're just chasing. It's 2 riders off the front. We've got 17 giving chase. I am definitely not following any attacks. I am looking to just stay alive. Here's another attack. Is that Van Avermaet again? No, it's Pedersen. Van Aert. Christoph.
Let's hope that all riders will get up quickly.
Oh, here comes a big group again. That's 10 riders off the front.
He crashed off and he's not getting up. Oh, I hope it isn't too serious.
8K and we're not chasing. We're not chasing. Damn it. So I'm looking at just outside of the top 10 here. Hoping for a top 15. I didn't have enough strength to chase those guys. I was hoping to just stay in the group. And unfortunately, all of these guys attacked. Let's see what I could do here. Nothing to lose. I'm off the group.
Over the cobbled sections, a rider has to up his awareness to avoid falling.
Nice. I just flew through there. What is he doing? He was attacking when he shouldn't have been attacking. And now I'm out of energy. 2.8 kilometers. I've been caught by Dylan Toynes, but I mean, come on, Dylan Toynes? Really? That's awesome. It's awesome that I'm up this high. Christoph with the win. Edvald Bosenhagen takes second. Matteo Trenton third. Mads Pedersen fourth. Michael Valgren, Oliver Nassen, Stibar, Avermaet, Van Aert, and Van Kiersbroek. It's the top 10. Van Hemelen into 13th place. I think that is worth some World Tour points. Peter Sagan was 18th. Tony Martin, 20th. That is fan-freaking-tastic. Van Gittiken, 5K left to go here. Out sprinting a bunch of those guys to get to 76th. Final section here for Garrison. .147th. Here's Vervecki. He actually got a... How did Veldeman end up all the way down there? Veldeman was the last guy at the front with Van Hemelen, and he's going to be the last one. Oh, no. He stopped dead in his tracks, but Veldeman's going to be hurt here. He hasn't withdrawn officially. There he goes. There's the withdrawal. Veldeman crashed out. That is not good. That is not good at all. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury there. Last rider out on the road. Ernst Monty Group Gobert on his way. 1K to go. And there's the finish line.
And just in case you missed them, here are the race highlights.
3 riders on the final sprint. Nice big group behind them. That's rare for these cobbled classics that you have this many riders left in contention, but really 2-man sprint at the end. And of course, in a sprint, you got to favor Kristoff. But Bosenhagen, I mean, those are actually both sprinters, so. It's Peterson who dropped there at the end. But those top 11 on the same time. Van Hemlen just behind Dillier for 13th. That is awesome that we were able to do that. And Peter Sagan was at the back of this group. Nothing left at the end. Clearly unable to sprint. Otherwise, he would have absolutely crushed us. As a team, probably going to be well down the standings. Yeah, 17th. But that's not that bad. I mean, we're way ahead of Cofidis, Trek, Lotto NL Jumbo, and Katusha Alpecin, all behind us as a team. And I really only had the one guy left at the end. So that was pretty awesome. Oh my goodness, look at that sponsor confidence, at least at the moment. I'll take a look back and see how it is on the next day. Get that update before we move on to the next race. Lots of mail updates. And sponsor confidence not fading away. So, not worried about objectives. Feldman injured. I am worried about that. Okay, what is it going to be? Oh, he's got a fracture. That's not good. Prize money, yeah, it's not big for finishing that far down, but the race itself, gotta say, a huge success. Look at that. Sponsor confidence is almost maxed out now. Super success. The objectives not mattering too much now, as after that big failure on the last one, missing it, right? We were second in the points at Dubai. But it was 3.5 star, and we were way down here. And just over those last couple races, we have just flown up. This is going to be tough, though. World Tour race, MJ Tour of California, getting a stage win there. Those are going to be really hard to pull off. But now we're looking at some great results here. Top 25. So that wasn't even, I mean, that's top 25. We were 13th. So the top 10 classification probably would have been a double plus for us. But that is okay. All just from Oman and Omloop Het Niewsblad. See if we actually did pick up some points while we're at it. We did. Van Hemlen, 30 points for that. 30 points. World Tour points. Marini. Look at that. 3 guys in the top 18. Marini, 18th in the Super Prestige. Veldeman to 85th with 97. So yeah, 30 points as a team. That is fantastic. That's already putting us up there, just behind the big 18. And then Leopard, how did they get 481? Wanty Group Gobert, and then us. Leading Continental by almost 300 points, 250 anyway. And well ahead of the rest of Continental. More about 200 points clear of Cofidis. And ahead of some of the World Tour teams, so go us. In terms of victories, it's not like we're going out and winning every race. We're just competitive week after week. We've only had 2 victories so far this season. As I enter March, here's something that I haven't shown for a little while. It's good for those who do like to play the game or are planning to try the game out soon and aren't too familiar with the process. So this is kind of my planning phase of where I'm at this point in the season. So for now, quick look at the team. Of course, these guys are going to serve as domestiques, and it doesn't necessarily matter what races they get involved in. But then as we start moving up, my more specialty guys, they're going to go to certain races for the most part to serve a role, going for something specific. Now, what I need to watch out for at the moment, though, is that Veldeman is injured, and he's not going to be out for long. Okay, that's good. It is a minor... it's fracture, yes, but it's not a major bone that's going to take a long time to heal. It very well could be, a hand or something like that. Maybe an elbow, and, as a bike rider, you can kind of get by once you have a certain amount of flexibility, right? So, on to the planner. So I have my schedule. I guess we can look at that real quick. So the calendar, as of now, it lays things out for you. I do have this overlap section here that I've got to watch out for, as I'm going to have double races coming up here. This is the date we're on right now. We just did Omloop Het Niewsblad, and then we're going to push into the next part of the calendar. You can see it gets a lot thicker now. This is what you really want to avoid, is 3 races on the same day. However, this is not 3 races on the same day. If you look at this top one, national champion, the NCU National Championship Youth, or under 23s or under 21s. So I actually only have 2 races that day, Croatia and the Tour of Gila. So don't have to worry about that being an issue. So I do have 2 races going on at the same time. So you got to be careful with that, depending on the size of your team and how you do your planning. So back to the planner. See that I do have the next little bit planned out already. And let's see, we had not gotten into this one. But I am confirmed, am I not? Yes. Maybe. I think I got in here. Go back and check that. Yeah, okay, we did. We did get an invitation here, so that's one more to plan for. Now, looking at the profiles, we've got cobble, sprint, that's a sprint, and then this is the Copa. Yeah, that's a different set. So this will be pretty easy in that we'll just be taking these guys and see the main ones that I want to bring in. Well, no, not really. Van Hemelen and Veldeman. So do I switch all of this to get... No, it's only 3 cobbled sections. It's more of just a sprint. And it's going to have to stay with these same guys. So both of my cobbles experts aren't going to this race, but that is okay. Not a good example of what I'm looking for, as that's kind of fill it out. But we have 2 different types of races here, so this is going to be a good example. Priority should be quite evident. So I have 2 different races at the same time. One involving a time trial, so there's kind of a key detail. However, Tour of Croatia is a sponsor objective, so that's going to be priority number 1. But I need to know what is the objective. So Tour of Croatia. There it is. Stage win. Okay, so a stage win is what we need for that race. So Tour of Croatia, again, is going to get that priority, and I need a stage win. Let's take a look. What is the profile? That's sprint stage. It's a long one. It's hill, but really, if I can get over it, that's another sprint stage. That's definitely for the mountain climbers, but not my strong suit. So I'm looking for a sprint win here. Yeah. going to have quite a few chances at it. So I need my strongest sprint team. And then here, we're looking at hills, which I could compete at, sprints, a time trial, a sprint, and that's really going to come down to a sprint for the most part. So, other than the time trial portion, kind of both of them are going to favor sprinters. Croatia will need a little bit of hills. It's not a major objective, but it's certainly one that I'm going to want to make. So, my time trialist is Conchi, and he's not a sprinter, so he's going to go to Gila. Osorio really could end up in either place, but he's better in the hills, which I need a little bit of that for Croatia. Vervecki, definitely not a time trialist. Good for hills, so we'll send him here. Bax, sprinter. Hills and not a sprinter, but let me kind of hold off on Swerble for now. Veldeman, decent time trialer, decent sprinter, but not a good one. So Veldeman can go to Gila. Van Hemlen, none of the above. Marini's definitely sprinter, so we need our top sprinter at Croatia, the one that matters to the sponsor. See Spol again there. Van Ginniken. I think I might send Guyard to be the main sprinter at Gila, as he's just got that odd, not quite there acceleration, but has that top speed. If one of these days he's gonna get a win, and then these guys are all domestiques, and it doesn't matter which one they necessarily go to. So how are we looking? That's 6. I need one more, and I've got 3 sprinters, 4 sprinters, and 2 climbers. So Van Hemlen, I suppose, you'll go here, you'll go there, and that's already 7. So the other 3 are all going to Gila, because I have exactly 14, just enough to fill it out. Everybody's going racing, and that is mid to late. Veldeman, oh yeah, Veldeman, he's going to be out for the next little bit. So Veldeman. Oh, no. Mid-March, actually. So he might not miss any time at all. I might have to fill him in for this one. Well, anyway, that's kind of how I go through that process. Again, I've got double objectives coming up that overlap. That's a bit of a problem, and I'm going to have to take a look at those. It's only a 1-day overlap, but to stay that 1 day for Dunkirk means you miss the entire Tour of California and have to go to Tour of Norway instead. Tour of California is the bigger objective, so that's going to get priority. So the best guys that I need are going to be going to the Tour of California, and then everybody else will be doubling up on the other 2, and that's essentially how I'll pick that out. But I'll go ahead and do that one off camera so that I don't spend too much time on this. 10 minutes is enough already. So we're going to continue on to the next race, which is the Grand Prix de Nine. And then we'll kind of start getting into that little overlap. But nothing major going on until we get to a couple World Tour races here in the next little bit. And then otherwise some small races. But then we've got Paris-Roubaix. Oh my goodness. And that's all before from about the end of the first week of April. So this is what our next month looks like, and things are definitely going to start to get busy. We settled down a little bit in April with just 2 races covering that same period. But yeah, this is a busy stretch for us coming up. And hopefully we'll get some guys leveling up soon. Now, one of the other things that I do look into, where I'm just choosing, not an overlap where everybody's riding, but where I'm just choosing one event, is I'll start to look at the number of days that they've ridden. So, those top riders, I'll look at who's been the busiest, like Conchi, and I'll try to give him a day off here and there. Van Hemelen, Veldeman, they're going to get some days off here and there. Van Ginniken's going to take some days off. And then, especially in choosing domestiques, like Wachtendorf right now, just 15 days on the calendar for him. So if I was choosing a domestique, he's going to be my first choice if it doesn't matter what I'm taking. If I need a hills guy, I'm going to take Simpson. But if it really doesn't matter and I just need someone else to fill out and it's not a sponsor objective or anything, right now Wachtendorf would be that first choice just to try to keep him content. Anyway, let's move on. 65 kilometers left to go in this race, and it's another classic, and it's another cobbled classic. We are into the last third of the race. This is one of those ones where I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce, but it's Denain to Heine, and I believe, and I could be completely wrong here, off the top of my head, I believe that this is somewhere on the border near the Dutch and Danish coastlines, somewhere around that Northern Europe section. Anyway, so 106 riders in the peloton. There are already a good handful of riders that have gone out the back. These cobbled sections aren't the greatest. This track, design-wise, within the game is a bit glitchy, so hopefully we're past the worst of that. But we do still have, looks like 4 big cobbled sections left to go, and it is a repetitive one that we'll be hitting twice here. It's 4-star, 3.5 kilometers. This is going to do some damage. And I actually better ramp this up a little bit. 84 here. Trying to make sure these guys don't go out the back as we head towards it. You can see buildings kind of sticking out in the middle of the road there. But at least fans know where to be. 20 kilometer banner coming up here. Let's set that to 85 as we're sliding backwards a little bit. It's a minute 45 to a breakaway group of 6. I'm a little worried by that. That's a decent gap. And last race I tried to get into a breakaway group that just wasn't allowed. Wasn't pursued. Swerble has gone out the back, so there is a little bit of a gap here, and Swerble is done. So we'll set him to auto. Backs towards the back end, but he's going to make it through in one piece. And peloton settling somewhere around 59 riders right now. Set that up a little bit higher. Vervecki, Garrison both nearly done. And that's going to thin things out. In fact, Bull and Bax. Bax was the protected one. Let's go ahead and get Bull on him. Quick section here. This one's not going to do much damage. So let's speed things up for the time being. Oh, there you go. Right through some buildings again. Oh, right through the utility poles.
There's an attack in the leading group. Some riders were not giving it their all and sharing the pace.
Nice crowd on hand for this race. Garrison just hanging on here. Alright, so 77 riders left in the peloton. One rider from the breakaway group has been dropped, so it's down to 5 now. And they're down to a minute 20 on their gap. So we've only pulled back about 10 seconds, but I think as the pace really ramps up here in the final 30 kilometers, they'll probably be caught, but definitely not guaranteed. Oh my goodness, I need water. And I have waited much too long for this. Bull, you're going to go get water. And I'm actually, hold on, cancel your order. Now, go fetch water. Backs, you're going to take over protection of Van Hemlen. And then when Bull is done, he's going to take over protection of Van Ginneken. As for Vecchi and Garrison are clearly at the end of their rope. Problem for Bull is now he has to drop back really far to get the water. I don't know if you've ever noticed that about this game, but you don't necessarily have to go all the way to the back of the peloton to retrieve water, as you would in real life. You just need to go a certain distance behind your group towards the back of the peloton. So if your entire team is at the front of the peloton, it is entirely possible that your retriever of water actually won't be dropping that far back. But with Garrison back to the middle, see Bull had to drop a good distance behind. It's going to be some work to cover that ground. Garrison, I'm going to change you to auto here. Bull. This is not what I was looking for. He's about to get dropped. He just got dropped. That is not good. Dropped because of water. Well, now he's in a group of 10 giving chase, maybe. Oh, he's still... No. Got contact here, maybe. Van Ginneken, backs, no, dropped again. Alright, Van Ginneken, backs. Backs, go ahead and get water, and then when you're done, you're going to shield Van Ginneken.
15 kilometers to the finish line.
Ooh, we are getting close to the end here, aren't we? Van Hemlen's right there, and Van Hemlen's not in the lead group. What happened? Oh, I thought he was in the lead group. Oh, this is not good. 17 riders away. We need to shield Van Hemlen. Van Hemlen didn't get any water, so it's going to be dry to the end here. But I need backs to get to the front here and give it everything you've got, chasing those 15 riders at the front. Oh no, through the houses again.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
See, even Bull is back up here now. And meanwhile, Van Hemlen, our best contender. Actually, we are past... okay, reevaluation. 99s. Okay, Bax is done. Van Hemlen's freshest, though. So even though these guys are my sprinters, best race day condition, but Bull. Okay, I'm going to get Bull chasing Van Hemlen. Van Ginneken's supposed to be stronger, but he's a -2 and almost done. Okay, back's not strong enough. In fact, these guys just split off, didn't they? Ooh, see? It doesn't say that there's cobbles. And it's not acting like there's cobbles. Told you this stage was glitchy. Okay, he is done.
Only 5 kilometers
And
left.
Bull is not looking strong enough. Switch the order here. Break off this group, pull back some time, something, no? Nothing, we're not getting back up there.
And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first to the line today?
Boy, we really missed out on this one.
A great
really missed out on this one. Van Hemlen. Van Hemlen, push for your own little sprint here. And go. There's the finish line. 18th. 18th is all we're able to manage on this one. Drucker with the win. Rusin, Petit, top 3. Victor Campenart's kind of the only big name around in 12th. Dan McClay there in 14th. But yeah, only getting 18th. That was pretty disappointing on that one. But this area is not our strength, and we were without Veldeman, who was still injured. So they pushed back his return date towards the end of March, so he might miss a couple races here. This already made 1. And only having a single good guy on cobbles really hurt us. I don't know what happened to Van Hemlen as I was kind of managing this group behind him down the road. And then all of a sudden Van Hemlen was not in the lead group anymore. So it was my bad. I should have just stayed with Van Hemlen knowing that he was our only hope. But I was kind of one by one dealing with those guys as they dropped out, giving them a chance to get whatever finish they were going to get. So that's my personal mismanagement on that result. But still not a bad episode at all after earning points in a World Tour race for the first time ever. That came down as a fantastic result. And in terms of our overall points, we've nearly matched last season now. We are getting very close to that. And yeah, that is insane. Oh, look at that. Final 3 sprinting it out on this one. So, still have to put this episode down as a success. The final race, no, but yeah, 301 down. Now, things would have changed a little bit as we didn't race for a couple weeks there, but we're still leading the Continental rankings, and we're still in 18th with 691 points. And that's 69 compared to 98 a season ago. So we're still not quite there yet. We need to hit 980 to match last season. That's only 2 spots higher than we are now. Cofidis has actually moved ahead of us by 2 points. So, but with a busy March, which started with this race, we're going to have enough opportunities to pick up some valuable points again here in the next handful of races. But that's going to do it for this episode of Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.